What if we could live on the moon? Imagine waking up every morning to a view of Earth hanging in the black sky, surrounded by stars. No more blue skies, no more oceans, just a rocky, gray landscape stretching out forever. From lunar bases to life-changing challenges, this video will blow your mind about moon living. Think living on the moon is impossible? Think again. Dive into this epic story of survival and adventure. Life on the moon would be nothing like life on Earth, but it might just be the adventure humanity needs. First things first, how would we even live there? The moon doesn't have breathable air, so you'd need a high-tech moon base, sealed up tight like a giant, sci-fi snow globe. Inside, the air would be pumped in, and plants would grow under artificial sunlight. Think of it like a tiny Earth bubble floating on the lunar surface. Stepping outside? Forget your t-shirt and jeans. You'd need a space suit every time you left the base. It's like living in a place where even a quick walk outside means suiting up in 50 pounds of gear. Speaking of the moon's surface, let's talk gravity. The moon's gravity is only 1/6 of Earth's, which means you'd weigh way less. Imagine hopping around like a superhero, leaping 6 times higher than you can on Earth. Forget jogging, you'd be moon bouncing your way to the store. Sports would be wild. Basketball games would turn into slow-motion dunk contests, and soccer. Good luck keeping the ball on the ground. But there's a downside, your muscles and bones might weaken over time because they wouldn't have to work as hard. Say hello to mandatory moon workouts. Now, let's talk about the view. From the moon, Earth would look stunning, a glowing blue marble suspended in space. Watching an Earthrise would be the moon's version of a sunrise. Romantic dates. Forget candlelit dinners, couples would gaze at the planet where they were born, wondering what life was like down there. And the stars? Without an atmosphere, the night sky would be crystal clear, filled with more stars than you've ever seen. Stargazing would become a nightly tradition. But life on the moon isn't all scenic views and gravity-defying fun. Food would be a challenge. There are no farms, rivers, or forests, so everything you eat would have to be grown in controlled environments or shipped from Earth. Moon-grown lettuce, anyone? And forget about pizza delivery, there's no way a delivery guy is traveling 238,900 miles for a tip. Cravings for Earth snacks might drive people to madness. "I'd sell my moon boots for a cheeseburger" might become a common phrase. And then there's water. The moon doesn't have lakes or rivers, but it does have ice hidden in its craters. Scientists would have to extract and purify that ice to supply water for drinking, farming, and other needs. Running out of water on the moon isn't just inconvenient, it's life-threatening. Every drop would be precious. Long showers? Forget it. Quick sponge baths would be the norm. Powering a moon base would also be tricky. There's no coal or natural gas to burn, so we'd rely on solar power. But here's the catch, a day on the moon lasts about 29 Earth days, which means 2 weeks of sunlight and 2 weeks of darkness. During those long, freezing nights, temperatures drop to -280 degrees Fahrenheit, and keeping the base warm would take a lot of energy. Backup batteries or nuclear power plants would be a must. And let's not forget the moon's dust. Lunar dust is superfine and sharp, almost like tiny shards of glass. It sticks to everything, including spacesuits, and can damage equipment over time. You'd need serious cleaning systems to keep it from clogging air filters or scratching up windows. Living with moon dust would be like having glitter stuck on you, forever. Social life on the moon would also be, well, different. Communities would be small, so everyone would know everyone. Gossip would spread faster than radio waves. Did you hear? Dave accidentally floated into the greenhouse and knocked over all the tomato plants. Entertainment would revolve around indoor activities, virtual reality games, movies, or maybe even zero-gravity dance parties. Birthdays and holidays would feel extra special, with Earth-themed celebrations to remind everyone of home. Communication with Earth would be another challenge. A message from the moon takes about 1.3 seconds to reach Earth. That's not a lot, but it'd still feel weird during conversations. Video calls might lag slightly, and live streaming? Forget it. Watching Earth events like the Olympics would feel like tuning into the past. Over time, living on the moon could create a new culture. People born on the moon, let's call them Lunarians, might develop their own traditions, slang, and even accents. Imagine kids in a moon school learning about Earth the way we learn about ancient history. Did people really swim in giant water puddles called oceans? That's wild. But there's one big question: why would we live on the moon in the first place? Maybe it's for science. Studying the moon could teach us about the early solar system. Or maybe it's a stepping stone for exploring Mars and beyond. The moon could serve as a giant spaceport, a place to build and launch spacecraft more easily than on Earth. Or perhaps it's simply about survival. If something catastrophic happened on Earth, the moon could be humanity's backup plan. Of course, living on the moon would come with sacrifices. You'd miss the feel of grass under your feet, the sound of rain, and the smell of flowers. You'd miss pets, wildlife, and all the little things that make Earth home. But you'd also gain something incredible, a chance to be part of humanity's next giant leap. You'd be a pioneer, exploring a whole new world and proving that humans can adapt to almost anything. So, could we live on the moon? With enough technology, determination, and a bit of courage, absolutely. It wouldn't be easy, but it would be an adventure like no other. And who knows? Maybe one day, people will look up at the moon from Earth and say, "I wonder how the neighbors are doing." Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more out of this world WhatQuest channel content. See you in the next video.